Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's math lesson. My name is Miss B, and I am so excited to jump into another math lesson with you guys and be able to just get together and talk about math and some fun math subjects. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see what I have put together today and what we will be talking about. So today we are actually going to be playing a game to kind of work on some of our measurement skills. It's called Spin It to Win It, and of course I will explain that all to you guys very soon so that you can play along with me and we will have a great time. All right, so this is our standard and our objective. Our objective is by the end of this lesson, you will be able to measure two objects and find the difference in length in both centimeters and inches. And so this objective is just a goal that we're setting for ourselves, basically. This is something that we should feel pretty good about at the end of our lesson. In the standard down there, you'll see it says measure to determine how much longer one object is than another, expressing the length difference in terms of a standard length unit. In those units we're using today, we are going to use both centimeters and inches. And the standard, that's just to make sure that we are on track with what all the other kids your age in the state are learning and what we should be covering so you guys get all this awesome math knowledge. So again, we will come back to this at the end and kind of review our objective and make sure that we hit that. Okay, so the materials for this lesson are actually very important today, but if you guys don't have some of the materials, do not worry. We can totally figure out a way for you guys to just have fun and play this game in your own way. So the first thing you will need is two pieces of paper. Preferably, if one piece of paper could be a blank piece, that's awesome. But if you only have access to maybe lined paper like I have right here, that is fine. Go ahead, grab that lined paper, whatever you have, awesome. If you want to grab a couple different writing utensils or just one, that's fine too. I like to use a bunch of markers. You can use pens, pencils, whatever you need. Then if you guys can get a safety pin or a paper clip, I personally don't have paper clips at my house, but I do have a safety pin and that will work just fine. Of course, if you guys can grab a ruler, that would be great. I have a ruler right here. And then the other thing to grab is just some miscellaneous or some items that you can measure. Maybe I would say at least 6 to 8 items. It could be a stapler, it could be pens, pencils, a book, a candle, scissors, maybe you guys have a water bottle, anything like that. If you guys could grab some that you would like to measure, even your shoe is fine. I've measured my shoe in some of these lessons before. So anything you have, go ahead, pause this video and grab those materials. Okay. Hopefully you guys paused and grabbed those materials and we will go ahead and move on. So we are going to create our chart for our game together. This is where I'm not going to share my screen with you anymore, and I just want you guys to follow along with what I'm doing and you will be successful in making your chart. So I'm going to hold this up for you. I did this before so that you guys could see how it should look. But basically, all I want you to do is just draw a big circle on your page. Just start by drawing a big circle. And of course, it's okay if your circle is not perfect. Mine is far from perfect. And since we're just like maybe not having all the materials we normally would, we're just working with what we have. And if it's not perfect, that is okay. So mine's not perfect. Yours does not need to be perfect either. So here's our measurement wheel. What I did is I actually took my ruler and I just sort of traced some lines so that I could have 8 different little, I like to call them pizza slices here, 8 little columns. So you will have 4 on each side. So if this is the halfway point, You can do 4 per side. So you can do that by drawing one line in the middle and drawing one line in the middle this way, and then maybe breaking them up into 2, or however you need to do that, but this is what it should look like. Okay. Hopefully you guys are working on this. I'm just gonna talk a little bit while you guys are finishing that. But what we are going to do is we are going to fill in this chart with some of the items we have to measure. Now, I am going to write in what I have, but I know that what I have may be so different from what you have. So I am going to write what I have, but if you have completely different items and you're saying, Miss B, I do not have any of that stuff, don't worry. You guys can write in your own materials, or if you just want to follow along with me, you are more than welcome to write what I have. If you do not have enough, or you just want to follow along, that is fine. So the first thing that I have that I'm going to write down in there is a journal. I have a journal that I can measure in centimeters or inches. It is a great size. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to write down my journal. Next, I am going to actually switch colors, because if you've ever watched my lessons before, you know that I like to switch up the colors and make it nice and colorful. Next, I'm just going to write marker, because we are going to be using a marker, or I'm sorry, we're going to be using a lot of markers, so I'll have enough to measure too. So I put journal, marker. I'm going to pick another color. You guys don't have to change colors every time. And I'm going to say water bottle. Okay, water bottle. Awesome. And then I am going to write, I have deodorant, so I can write that, deodorant. So this is what my top half looks like so far. I have water bottle, deodorant, journal, and marker. Now, I'm going to think about what else I have that can be measured. So I'm going to grab a color, and I am going to write, let's do shoe. Why not? Shoe. Okay? Shoe. And then I'm going to write, let's do, what else can we do? Oh, I can do mascara. I have a mascara wand that I can use. And let's think. What else? Let's do, I have a lotion bottle. And for our last one, let's do, I have like some oil, like hair oil that I can use. So I wrote that in there. Again, you guys will probably have different ones, but this is what mine looks like. And you guys can write whatever objects you have in there. So go ahead and take the time to just fill that in and work that out. Awesome. Hopefully you guys have gotten that in there and are feeling good about that. Perfect. Okay, I am going to go ahead and show you how this will work. So what we are doing is take your safety pin or your paper clip, whatever you have, and take a pencil. And you are going to, do you guys see this kind of like this dot in the middle right here? You are going to take where there's that little hole in there? You're going to take it and you are going to place your pencil right above the middle, okay? And what you can do is you can kind of flick the safety pin and it should land on an object. So I'm going to flick it. I'm sorry I can't really hold it up and do it at the same time so you guys can see it. I'm going to flick it. Okay, mine landed on mascara. Hopefully You guys can see that, mascara. So just watch me for this one, but I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to take my mascara and I'm going to measure that out. Okay, so here is my mascara. Now, this is where we get to decide, do we want to do inches or centimeters? I'm fine with either. But for this one, I think that I'm gonna do inches just for fun. So what I do is I look at my ruler and I am gonna find where it says IN, which stands for inches. And I see it's up here. And so this very line is where I'm going to line up this mascara at. So if I have it all lined up, it seems to be about 5 inches. So I'm going to write 5 inches. And this is where I take my second piece of paper and I'm going to write, let's see, I'm going to get a marker and I'm going to write, oops, mascara, and I said 5 inches, okay? Now let's take our spinner again and I am going to spin and see what else I land on here. All right, okay. I'm gonna get this even so that it spins the right way. And I'm gonna give it a flick, ready? Perfect. Oh, you guys can't really see it, but it landed on shoe on this one. So now I need to take my shoe and I'm going to measure that using the same unit that I used to measure my mascara. So I used inches to measure my mascara. So let me grab my shoe. It's right here. Okay, right here. And let me get my ruler and measure it out. Remember to line it up with where you see inches here. It'll just line right up. Perfect. Okay, my shoe is 9 inches long. 9 inches. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get the other piece of paper where I wrote down my mascara. Okay, and I am going to write shoe 9 inches. Okay, just by looking at these, I can see which one is bigger, 9 inches or 5 inches. 9 inches is larger than those 5 inches. So I'm gonna circle my 9 inches and I wanna know how much larger is 9 inches than 5 inches. So I'm gonna create a number sentence that says 9 minus 5 equals blank inches. See? So you guys don't necessarily have to include inches right here, but we have to remember inches when we're writing out the answer. Because if we don't write the inches, then what are we talking about? We always have to refer back to the unit. We could be talking about centimeters, we could be talking about miles. If we don't put inches, then we don't know what we're referring to, and it really doesn't help us because, you know, 5 inches is so much different than 5 miles or 5 centimeters or 5 yards. Those are all completely different things. So remember to write inches in there. So with that being said, let's look. We have 9 minus 5 equals, what does 9 minus 5 equal? It is 4. So I'm going to write 4. So we know that the shoe is 4 inches larger than the mascara. 4 inches larger. All right. Awesome job, you guys, on that one. If you guys were just watching that time, go ahead and pick up your spinner, pick up your pencil and your paper clip or whatever you have, and let's do the next one. Okay, so I have my spinner once again. Like I said, it's really hard to hold up and show you because if I hold it up, it'll just, you know, go straight down like that because of gravity, and that would not be a fair spin. So I'm kind of putting it out here, just even, and I'm going to give it a flick. Okay, so when I did flick it, I got deodorant. So I am first going to get my deodorant, and this time, instead of measuring that first, I'm just gonna see what else I need to get out. So let me flicked it. Oh, and a marker. Okay, awesome. So the second thing is a marker. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab my lined piece of paper here. And whatever you guys, whatever you got when you were spinning, that is great. You can write that right along with us. So I'm going to write marker first. And the other thing that I spun was deodorant. So I'm going to write that. Deodorant. Awesome. Okay, so let's start by measuring out this marker. And this one, let's try this one in centimeters, just for fun and just to switch it up. So look at this ruler and see, where do you see the unit cm? I see it up here. So we're going to line up our marker with the cm so we know that we are starting at the beginning. So when I'm looking at my marker, it is about 19, you guys can see, it's about 19 centimeters. So right there, I'm going to write 19 centimeters. Okay, now it's time for the deodorant. Let's grab it, and whatever you guys spun, again, I did centimeters for marker, so we need to do centimeters again just to stay consistent, and let's do it. Okay, so I'm starting here up at the top, and this deodorant is actually only 13 centimeters, 13. So I'm going to write that in. Okay, and since we're doing this one together, I'm going to ask you guys, what is larger, 19 or 13 centimeters? 19 or 13? Go ahead and say that out loud. The answer is 19. 19 is larger than 13. So I'm going to circle that so we know. You guys can see. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to create our number sentence. So I'm going to write 19 minus 13 equals, what's 19 minus 13? 19 minus 13 is 6. Perfect, 6. And of course, do not forget to write your units there. We use centimeters this time, so we need to be consistent and write centimeters. If we don't have that unit, we don't know what we're talking about here. So we know that the marker is 6 centimeters longer than the deodorant. Perfect job, you guys. Let's do one more together. Okay. So taking my paper clip, or I'm sorry, my safety pin again, and I'm gonna go ahead and set this out. Okay. Right here, have my pencil, and I am going to give this a flick and see what we land on. Okay, I got lotion. So I actually have a little tube of lotion here, which I'm going to use. And let's give it one more spin so we can see what else we'll be using. Perfect. The second thing that I got was water bottle. So I got lotion and water bottle. This is my water bottle, and here's my lotion. So because we just did centimeters, why don't we go ahead and switch back to inches, and we can measure in inches. So go ahead and move your spinner, do whatever you need to do, and I am going to write water bottle, and I'm going to measure that first. And again, we are going to be back in inches this time. So let's find our IN symbol for inches, which is right up here. And let's measure it up. Okay, so measuring, perfect. This water bottle is 8 inches. It is 8 inches high. So I'm going to write that down on my paper. Okay, now I am going to get a new color and measure out in inches my lotion. So I'm going to write lotion, and we are going to go ahead and measure that out. All right, so here, this lotion is exactly 5 inches tall. 5 inches. So when you guys see these two numbers, which one is larger, 8 or 5? Is 8 inches larger or 5 inches larger? Eight inches is larger, yes. Let's create our number sentence here to see how much larger 8 is than 5. So all we have to do is 8 minus 5 equals blank inches. Again, we always include our unit there. Another way you guys can see, if you're having trouble knowing which one is maybe taller than the other just by the number, a great way to see is just hold them out and look at them. It is so clear to me that this water bottle is larger than this lotion. So sometimes using your eyes can just be a great aid in that way. All right, so 8 minus 5, what is 8 minus 5? 3. So the answer is 3 inches. Of course, we keep that inches there so we know how many of that we have, and we know it's inches, not miles, not centimeters, but inches. So that is what we have there, and I think that we got all the correct answers there. I'm going to share this with you again. We've already done this part. We've done it together. Now it is your turn. Take as much time as you need. Just spin your wheel and find the difference between two objects. If you want to try it a few times, you are more than welcome to, and have an adult or a friend help you and make sure you got the correct answer. Maybe you can compare work with someone else. That would be also an awesome way to do it. However you need to do it, however much time you need, go ahead and do that and spin as much as you need to. Okay, hopefully you guys are back. I really wish that we could go over your answers and I could help you guys and see what you got right. But unfortunately, since I'm not sure the exact dimensions of the materials that you have, we cannot do that together. But that is okay. You guys can still use all the resources that I've provided, and you can also use the help of an adult or a friend to really help you out there. So just to wrap it up, I want to go over our objective one more time, and that is by the end of this lesson, you will be able to measure two objects and find the difference in length in both centimeters and inches. So I feel like we were able to do this because I know that we practiced in both centimeters and inches, and we compared objects, and we kind of used the spinner as just a fun way to help us do that. Do you guys feel like we have achieved this objective? Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or maybe just in the middle, you can give me a fist. Hopefully you guys are all giving me thumbs up right now, but if you're not, you guys can watch this video and maybe some other videos that will help you out. I know we have a lot of resources for you so you guys can get these skills down. But hopefully you feel like you learned a lot today. So that is all I have for you guys today. Again, keep practicing your measurement. It is so, so important. And of course, have a great rest of your day. Just keep learning and keep having fun while you're doing math, because math is more fun when you have a good attitude. Bye, guys.